came alone, but most came with fathers, brothers, or husbands, as they should, and not the least daunted by the awful deed about to be done. Now, the vote was on the warrant at 3, and we women arrived promptly at 1, and so we had plenty of time to see how the mystic rite of voting occurs. And when our warrants were handed to us, my father stood, and he went up to the moderator, and he said, "When should the ladies vote?" The moderator said, "Let them take their chances with the men or come later, I care not which." Father was undisturbed as usual. And he stood with his great profile, his long gray hair tumbling to his shoulder, his dignity, all of it. And he said, "May I suggest that the ladies vote first, as a proper token to them from the town of Concord." And one of the men stood up, the selectman, and he said, "You should have seen those faces filled with doubt and derision." Well, we filed by quietly, not so much as a rustle from our skirts. Oh, but a great surprise filled that hall, for just as the last woman placed her ballot in the box, Judge Ebenezer Hoare struck the gavel and said, "The vote for school committee is now closed," without any man casting a vote. Let me hear you! Are you all full of cake? How decadent! Once and last, again loud. A perfectly fair proceeding, I thought, for I had no chance to vote on any of the other topics of the day. Well, my heart was swollen, for I was certain that in a few years, the women, once they see that no bolts fell on our head, no earthquake shook the town, that they would swell, they would see that we could, in fact, serve tea, which we promptly got up at 5 and gave to the lords of creation. I'd offer you a cup, my dear, except that it's a dreadfully low drop. And when the gentlemen saw that we could both serve tea and vote on the same day, everyone, please, you should have seen those faces that were filled with doubt and derision. Well, they smiled laughably. Yes, well, 2 years later, I am very sad to tell you, only 8 women were on time to do this one deed allowed to them. One lady came and she said, "Back up, lukewarm." No, she's not, for he had no other. He had taken my last name to his Lucy and his God, the brothers.